This is the sheriff's office. This is where he does a lot of his work while he's here. He is constantly busy and people are in and out of here quite a bit. He can constantly monitor the news and find out what's going on not only throughout our portion of the state, but also the entire state. Through this door, it actually opens up into his own conference room as well, where we have several sheriffs throughout the state have been in here, city leaders, county leaders. Pretty much anybody who we need to have an important meeting with utilizes this room. In this particular room, this is where our patrol staff, our deputies, have briefing every morning and every evening. So as they're coming on to shift, they're going to sit here and they're going to hear about the updates, what's happened, any significant cases they need to be aware of, any training, inspections, any of that type of stuff takes place in this room before they ever even get out onto the road. Part of a deputy's day is report writing, and so in this room, we have computers, multiple stations set up where they can write any of the reports they receive throughout the day. They also can do that through their computers that are in their vehicles, but a lot of them like to come here. They can eat lunch, they can do what they need to do, get out of their car for a little bit, and take the time to write the reports that are needed. So one of the things we heard from our deputies when we were planning this building was they really wanted somewhere where they could go to work out. You know, with the different hours that they work, a gym isn't always open or available in order to fit the lifestyle of a law enforcement officer. And so one of the things we made sure we included in this building when it was rebuilt was to make sure we had an area with a bunch of different equipment that law enforcement could use. So our deputies have access to it 24/7. The equipment and the gear that is all in here was purchased through donation and through the union. And so they really did this for themselves. It's often used quite regularly by most of the deputies. Even some of the corrections deputies from the jail come over and use it throughout the day. Well, in these bays, it's where we house some of our large vehicles and equipment that we use. This particular vehicle right here is the Bearcat. The Bearcat's used for SWAT missions when we need something that's armored and protected. It sits in here when it's not being used, and the SWAT team has access to it. It's easily able to get out of the garage if needed. It's got all sorts of stuff and equipment inside. It's got room for several SWAT members to sit in the back if we need to transport them and have them secure. If it's a possibility where there could be gunshots or anything like that involved, we have a place that's going to keep our people safe. So this particular vehicle is one of our main command vehicles. We use it for emergency situations. We take it out to the fair with us when we patrol the fair every year. It really acts as our mobile sheriff's office. We can do just about anything from this vehicle, whether it's pulling up information on suspects or individuals we want to find more information on. We have access to satellite, internet, pretty much anything in here. If people need a place to rest, if it's overnight at a search, we have that space, conference table. All of this slides out, and so it actually creates even more space. Oftentimes this really becomes the brain room. This is where everybody kind of meets together and puts the plans together. All of the walls can be written on with wipe-off pens, and so it really, when you have a mission going on, it really becomes the hub of the mission, the heart of it. Further this way, as in most RVs, you have a bathroom and a little kitchen area to keep people fed and take care of their other needs. But this really becomes kind of a dispatch area where all the information is coming from and sorted. We've got 2 different computers that plug into our law enforcement programs that we use. Different radios, every different radio that we can set to different frequencies so we can follow multiple things. You know, TV monitors, faxes, printers, you name it, we've got it. So in this room is where our generator is kept. In the event of an emergency and we lose power, this generator with the diesel fuel that we have on site will actually keep everything running as needed for 2.5 weeks before we need to refuel. The sheriff's big key piece is planning ahead and making sure that we are prepared for everything and anything we can be. And if we don't have power, then we don't have access to our systems and the computers and the different things we're going to need in the event of an emergency. These are called our smart rooms. We use them for training. We use them for press conferences. Really, we can use them for just about anything. We have our agency-wide meetings in here. The neat thing about these rooms is all of these TVs, the projectors, we actually can control all of those back in this smart room, and then we can talk to all the other TVs throughout the entire building. And so in the event of an emergency, if we need to put maps in particular rooms And really, anything we need, it can assist us with. This is our lobby area. Everything up here is all bulletproof glass. Everything is completely protected, so if there were anything to ever happen in this portion of the building, it would not impact or affect any of the other portion of the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, whether it were someone tried to shoot anything or try to blow anything up, anything like that would be confined and contained in this particular room.